hey, bye, I never even really seen this man for real. And now you texting me in my DMs on Instagram, and I'm 16. Hi Kim's Click, I'm back again, and in today's video we're going to do a story time. And this story time is going to be like sad, crazy, funny, annoying, a little all over the place, y'all. So I'm going to tell y'all a story time. I don't exactly know what I'm going to title it yet, but it's basically going to be about the time that I was hit on while I was nanny. Now, I went back and forth like, am I going to post this? Am I not? Because I just didn't know. But then, like, I had seen this video, like, it was like a Predators at Work video came across the screen. And the lady was like, well, the girl, she's young. She said, I was too scared to say something and blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell y'all the story. So, basically, that just gave me the motivation, like, is people really out here scared? So, I was like, let me do my video about my incident and tell you guys how I handled it and how I would handle it different. Hopefully it never happens again, but how I wish I would handle it differently. So, first thing I want to say is this family, you all will never know. They have never been on my YouTube channel. Their kids have never been on my YouTube channel. So this family in particular, you would never have known. Every film that I've nannied for, I have not filmed all of them, okay? I've nannied plenty multiples and plenty singles. So, let me tell y'all about this story, right? I nanny for this family. I'm not going to call them these people. I nanny for this family for a couple years on and off. So, I was like teeter-totter, teeter-totter, teeter-totter. So, I want to say I had a baby before JoJo and then a baby before that baby. So this was the baby before that baby that no one ever knows about because I didn't start vlogging to the baby after that baby and baby JoJo. And yeah, so that's that. So and the only reason I vlogged baby JoJo is because he was full time, just like my other babies that was full time, and I vlogged them. And yeah. So anyways, so this is an baby, right? So anyways, that is that. Don't try and go look for this baby. Leave this baby alone, right? So let me tell y'all the story. So I had worked for this family on and off. So let's say, I want to say the first time that I worked for them, I was about 16. And I worked for them and it was good. It was a lot. The first time that I worked for them, it was like, I could never like leave on time and stuff like that. It was kind of like draining, especially for me to be 16. So let me tell y'all. So I met them at one of my jobs. I met this family at one of my jobs. The baby took a liking to me. They were like, can you babysit? I'm like, yeah. Like, I've babysat before. I was a nanny, blah, 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 blah. They hired me. I started going over there. Now, at first, I was getting hired, and it was like, the mama would still be there. Like, she would still be there. She would just basically need her break, and I would just be there watching her baby. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Everybody needs a little break. So I wasn't really like, you know, tripping over that. I'm getting paid, and you're here. What? So that was kind of fantastic for me. But then she started like going out eventually, la la la. Mind you, she was very young. I don't know how old she was. Was she in her 20s? Maybe so. I don't know. She was a young mama. So she used to go out or whatever and la la la. So it started becoming stressful when she would be like, you're going to get off at a certain time. And I wouldn't get off. And I'm like, mind you, I was 16 at this time. So I'm telling my mama my whereabouts. I'm like, Ma, I'm going to work. I'm going to be off by 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. And I'm not getting off the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. So that happened like once. Then it happened like twice. Then it happened like 3, 4 times. I'm like, golly. Now she always, granted, she did always pay me and stuff like that. But I'm like, and then honestly, like, in that moment, it really wasn't a big deal to me. It was more so a big deal to my mom, because my mom was like, you're a little girl, you're leaving in the middle of the night, driving home in the middle of the night. My mom works midnight, so every night she's not at home. You get what I'm saying? So she's like, I can't be like, you know, don't know if you're getting in safe until you call, and I don't want my baby out roaming the streets in the middle of the night. So I understood where my mom was coming from. I think everybody understood where my mom was coming from. However, I kept going. Not to mention, I was getting paid no money. Like, okay, let me bag back. I'm holding back. Let me just tell y'all full thought. I'm gonna stop playing with myself. So, I used to stay all night, and then I wouldn't make no money. Now, initially, when I first started working here, I was like when I'm working there, when she was with her, I'm like, I'm not gonna charge her that much because she's still here. The baby's still kind of like more so with her than with me. I'm just here for assistance, so I wasn't charging an arm and a leg. However, it used to be like, let's say for a couple hours, I'd be like, let's say for like 2 hours, I bet give me $40, and I was supposed to work, let's say 5 to 8, and I'm like, okay, just give me $40. And then she wouldn't come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she'd only give me $60. And I'm like, girl. No, let's say 2 hours. Cause I want to say for 2 hours, I was probably charging her 40. And then, like, you won't come home to 3 o'clock in the morning, and you give me, like, $60. So that was my concern. My mom's concern was my safety and being out at night and all that. However, I wasn't worried about that. I'm just like, where the money, like. So, I didn't really like that. So, it happened a few more times. And then, I ended up getting a job with Baby JoJo. Whole other story. I'm gonna tell y'all that story time, y'all. But that was a whole nother story. So anyways, I ended up getting a job with them. So around this time where I was getting a job with them, I was still working at the salon. And I used to be working at the salon. If y'all know who I used to work with. I'm not gonna say her name. But I used to work with her at the salon. And I remember one time, the baby's dad sent me a DM. I would put the DM. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it said, but I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can see I got all my receipts. January 21st, 2021. Was I working? Yeah. I was still nannying. I was not nannying. I was babysitting. I was not the nanny yet. I was just a babysitter. I came here and there and there and there. And he texts me, hey, damn it. 3 exclamation points, 3 fire emojis. Me, being a 16-year-old, I'm like, I know you ain't trying to flirt with me. I know he ain't trying to flirt with me. So I asked the lady that I was working with, I'm like, what's he talking about? She was like, well, mind you, she's older. I want to say she was like 30, 40, whatever. She's older. She's like, he's just saying you fire, like it's not that big a deal. Mind you, she liked this guy. So I kind of feel like my mom was like, well, maybe she didn't want to like say, oh, he liked you because she liked him, and that's like weird. I don't know. But anyway, she had like this guy. So she was like, oh, it don't mean that like he's saying you fire. I'm like, but saying you fire is flirt. She was like, no. So like a couple hours later, I text him, why you say that? And he put, cause shit. Excuse me? I'm like, what? Mind you, I've never even like I just hear, hey, bye. I never even really seen this man for real. And now you texting me in my DMs on Instagram. And I'm 16. Okay, so fast forward. It was like really awkward because one day like Valentine's Day had came up. Like I'm still like babysitting the baby here and there and there and there and there. So Valentine's Day come up and the baby mom called me. And I'm like, hey. And she like, hey, happy Valentine's Day. What is you doing? Is you with your boyfriend? And I'm like, mind you, we never talk about my boyfriend. So I'm like, yeah. She was like, yeah, you with your boyfriend? I'm like, huh, yeah. So I figured in my mind, like maybe she seen the message and she was like with him trying to make it clear that I had a boyfriend. so he wouldn't like be talking to me, trying to text me and stuff like that. I don't know. That's what I concocted. That may not have been the case, but my 16-year-old brain had thought that. So I was like, scary. I was like weirded out by that or whatever. So fast forward, she had asked me, mind you, I'm not at this time, I'm babysitting JoJo. So she's like, can you come watch the baby? I'm like, oh no. I just said no because I had to be to JoJo's house by 2 a.m. And she asked me to babysit, I want to say to like 12:01. But when I got on the phone with my mom, I'm like, should I go? My mom like, you know she never come back on time. And do you want to mess up your gig that's paying you more, paying you on time and stuff like this to go over here for a few hours and she might not give you the money for real? And she might not come back on time. So I was like, nah. So I was like, no. And then I think she called maybe like twice or so. And I was like, no, I can't watch them. I don't know. I think I probably really just couldn't watch them because, you know, I'm always down for the money. So, yeah. Fast forward, she's like, you know, I want you to come back. Can you come back and work for me? Like, I really need you. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm working another job or whatever. So I was like, you know, okay, it lines with my schedule, so I'll work for you. Now, this family had 2 babies too. Now, I had a couple 2 families. I think 1 3 family. And that's it. I only had 1, 2, and 3, y'all. I ain't had no more than that. I was only picking up 1 kid at the time. So I'm picking up the 1 kid. We doing our thing. La-di-di-di-da, doing our thing. We on the schedule. We on the regimen. We good. So, I want to say like a couple months into what I'm doing, she like, listen, I need you to pick up my other child. I'm like, okay, how much the pay gonna be? When I heard that money was hitting, I was like, I'll do it. So, I did it. So, she puts me, her, and the baby daddy in the chat, right? I'm back, my camera died. So, the lighting may be different, the setup is different, I'm probably sitting different, but we back to the story. Hey, just a group chat, wanted to introduce you all. Mind you, we've met before, but we don't like speak, you know, like we don't talk because I don't like, what? I don't have no reason to talk to you. I talk to the mama who paid me and who booked me. So she introduced us. I'm like, hey, she was like, you know, Kim's gonna tell you how she like to be paid. I'm like, hey, I like Zilla Cash. Good morning. Cause I didn't know what to say. And then he never responded. Okay. So I thought that was weird. I want to say like, so I told her, I said, I need a week in advance before I start picking up your kid. Why? Because I need to make sure that I'm not doing nothing else. Another big thing that I did not like was that they felt like, well, move like you're going to be picking up the kids, even if you're not. No, if I got money, other money on the floor or other stuff to do, I can't just be like, oh, let me just keep in mind that I gotta go pick. No, those are not my children. And this is where I messed up at because I was giving him the impression that I would do that. And I was doing that and I don't know why. Like, I'm like, no. So anyways, so he never responds in the chat. He texted me privately, hey, I'll pay you like this, la 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 la. Cool. So I was literally like harassing him to have to deal with his kid because she like asked him. I'm like, it was a lot. So let me tell y'all. So he put, hey, this is blank. Are you getting baby today? And if so, can I pay you half today and half Friday? I will pay in full next week. This is the first time he texted me. Mind you, I said, give me a week in advance. They did not give me a week in advance. She introduced us like over the weekend. He never responded. When I was supposed to get the kid, he texted me this. At 11:49, I'm supposed to get the kid by 5 or 6 o'clock. So, strike one. Not following my rules. But it's my fault because I should have enforced them more. I put, yeah, I'm getting him. I do need to get paid today because I got a few things to do and I don't work Friday this week. I didn't have nothing to do. I need my money. But I don't want to be a B and just be like, I need to get paid today. So I'm treading lightly when I don't even have to do that because pay me. Like don't give me an excuse. The first time I'm picking up your kid, you already trying to split my money. No. mind you, like I said, I worked with this family before, and I used to get paid like less, and then like some days I would have to get paid like the day after and stuff like that, and I just really don't like that. So that's why I was like, I need to get paid in advance in this situation. I had asked the mama, let me break it down, because when the mama first was like, I need you to work, I'm like, she like, you want to get paid the beginning or the end of the week? I'm like, really the beginning. One, because since I do like so much ripping and running, that's money. My tank takes like 115 now. I was taking about 60, 70 then, if I got high gas. So I'm like, you know, I want to be paid at the beginning of the week. She like, basically that don't work out for her. So when she put the daddy in the deal, oh, another thing, y'all, let me okay, I'm missing stuff. I'm missing stuff. I hope y'all don't be confused. Please bear with me. Okay. When she first said how much will I charge the daddy for a couple days, I said 200 off rip. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Totally undercharged for what I would have to do. But I didn't even think about it, right? Like in my head, I was just like, I need 200 off rip. Because if you need me to do anything extra, that was the starting price, right? So I really undercharged and played myself. But anyway, she was like, well, I'm going to charge him $250 and I'm going to hold the 50. Now, I like this lady. I really do. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing her or anything. But this was just like, I just got to tell my experience and how crazy it was. And I was like, no. Like, no. So I'm like, because at the end, if he says that he's willing to pay me $250 to get his kid, and you keep $50, you're just keeping my money. Like, I'm the dummy at the end of the day. So she was like, well, I'll tell him you want this and I'll keep it. So I'm like, no. I need this plus this. And basically, we had to figure out my pay. And she was like, basically, how did I end up playing myself? Because what happened was, she was paying me a certain amount of money. When I got this other kid, she wanted to decrease her amount of money and make him have to pay certain amount plus some of her bills. And I was like, well, if that's the case, then he's gonna have to pay, I think it was like he'd end up having to pay $275. I could be mistaken, because I remember like one of her days was 75 and she didn't want to have to pay that day or something like that. And so I was like, no, like, you gotta pay me this and he's gonna pay me that, because that's what he's willing to pay. You get what I'm saying? So then basically she ended up like blazing herself, because I ended up getting both ends, and she ended up saying like, I don't know how I ended up messing myself up like this. Like, that's not initially what I was planning to do. And I understand how she was trying to finagle it, but I also understand that I need money for my job. And I'm not going to short end myself because of this. Like, I always do that. I always be like, oh, well, I'm okay. Really, I don't need that much. Really. I'm like, no. So I basically told her, like, no, you can't cut the money. He going to pay me this. You're going to pay me that. And she was like, okay. Because she didn't want to argue with me about my prices. So that was that. So the first time I'm picking up his kid, he don't want to pay me. So... okay, yeah. So Tuesday at 2:50, I text him, hey, did you still want me to grab him? Because I usually get my payment before I go get your kid. Now, I'm going to tell y'all that I should have stayed with this. And since I didn't, it really, like, effed me up, because he got over on me. But this is why I did this. Like, this is why I had to be how I had to be when I had to do it, right? Because people be taking a little advantage of me. So I said that. I was like, hey, you still want me to... oh. Let me make sure I'm not texting this man. I'm like, hey, did you still want me to grab him? He said, yes, I'm sending my money shortly. Sending you money shortly. I said, okay. I said, you can sell. It's my business phone. He said, simp. I said, got it, thank you. We on the way to get him now. He said, okay. I sent the picture of the baby. He called. No. Did he? Oh. Did I call him? He called me. I didn't answer. I called him back. Now, at first, I didn't realize that he wanted to call and FaceTime his kid. Like, the mama did the same thing. But I didn't know that he really wanted to call and FaceTime his kid. But he ended up, like, putting that in. Like, you know, where's my kid? So, I'm like, okay. So, the first couple times I pick up the kid. Okay, cool. I pick up the kid. Okay, cool. Thursday, he texts me. I'm going to get my baby today. I'm like, all right. He put, hey, I thought I would be done early. This is what I'm saying about inconveniencing me. He texted me at 1:01 and said, hey, I'm going to get the baby today. I said, okay. At 2:59, he said, hey, I thought I would be done early today from work. Can you still get him? I put yes with the laughing because he put laughing and he put LOL. I don't think that's funny because once I'm like, what if I would have made plans and then you're like, oh, sorry, psych, come back to work. Next week, I put Monday. Now, this is what I say. He never responded like ever when it was convenient for me. He responded on his own time. And the mom used to always be like, well, he do stuff on his own time. You just gotta like basically be prepared whenever he say or move like you're gonna do this because he move on his own time. And I'm like, no, I'm not his baby mama. He need to realize that I'm the nanny. He needs to be able to conduct business and tell me a week in advance. Like on Sundays, I would be like, am I getting the kids this week from her and him? Because I need to know. Do y'all need me to get it? Just in case I got to schedule something else. So she was basically like, because this is like a guy that she's dealt with and had a baby with and la la la. She's like, listen, this is how he is. This is how it is. Mind you, when I first agreed to this job, I never wanted to have to deal with him. Ever. I never initially was supposed to have to deal with him. How it was supposed to go is, he was just supposed to pay me. I was going to talk to her because I was at her home all the time. I've never even had to see this guy. So I was like under the pressure now working with her. She don't give me a hard time. She don't give me a hard time. This second go around, I never had a problem with her. Like I said, a couple years ago when I had worked for them, it was like rocky. But this go around, she never gave me, like literally never gave me a hard time, I don't think. If so, it was like a few little disagreements along the way, and I'll tell you all about that. But this is after everything's starting to blow up. So before he got in the dish, we was great. Great, fantabulous, fantastic, okay? So then he comes making stuff weird. So May 2nd, Monday, May 2nd, I put, am I getting the baby for you this week at 6:29? I'm supposed to get the baby the next day. I put, hey, did you want me to get the baby today at 1:39? Why I keep pressuring him is because it'll literally be 20 minutes before it's time for me to go get the baby, and he'll be like, can you go get the baby? Then I have to rush so I don't inconvenience the school people to get him. So I didn't really like that. So that's why I have to keep bugging you. Imagine me have to beg you to let me help you. I mean, I guess you paying me, but I gotta beg you to help me. Like, I'm helping you. Because if I don't go get your kid, then you got to go get your kid, and that's inconveniencing you, just like you inconvenience me every day. So that was that. So he put, hey, sorry about the delay in text, but yes. I said K, and you're going to Zelle me? He hearted it. He put, yes, LOL, working, need a minute, at 3:13. You texted me back, but you can't send me the money. Zelle takes 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds. So I put, okay, sorry, I'm not trying to bug you. We're just not in a routine. We're just not in a routine yet, and his mom isn't sure. So it's kind of a lot of back and forth. I want this to be as smooth as possible. So should I assume I'm picking him up every day unless told otherwise? ? He said, yes, I'm about to send money. I said, all right, cool. Now I have no need to bug you. I'll send you pics and update when I get the baby like usual. Send pictures. He puts all the baby to sleep. He texts me Wednesday at 7:22, where my son at? Because I didn't text him, I guess. Oh, no, I'm lying. I sent him a picture at 6:13 after I picked up the baby. Sent him a picture of the baby in the car seat. He texts me at 7:22, where my son at? Home. What? Like, whatever. I put, want us to call ? I'm used to you calling. My bad. LOL. Because I don't ever call him. Like, I call his mama, but he calls me. And before, I never even, like, initiated, like, never called him. He always called me. I just send pictures. Give you updates on your kids. That's what I do. I don't cell phone. The mama specifically asked me to FaceTime with the baby, so I do that. Okay? A lot of the parents do that. FaceTime me. I want to see the baby. Send a video. Hold his thumb up. Make sure it's a lot. A lot of parents do this. So I'm like, okay. He just ate chicken nuggets from Wendy's, and he's playing. Friday, I pick him up. Send a picture. He texts me at 6:28. I text him a picture at 5:43. He texts me at 6:28. Where my son? I said, Eden, you can call. I only have him because I only had this baby. Now, when I was with both babies, like if the other baby was around, he would be like, call me back when it's convenient. So I said, I only have him, so you can call. Because like if we all around and the baby be like distracted by the other baby, and it's just a lot. So he'd be like, that's inconvenient. Call me when y'all free. Like I'm be able to, whatever. Anyways, okay. So that happened. Now, as this is going on, I'm reading these messages. Like, I'm reading them all just so I don't confuse y'all. But as this is going on, he's sending me messages on Instagram. So I'm going to click out these messages real quick and go to the Instagram messages so y'all can see how weird it's getting. Now, mind y'all, I just told y'all all those dates. Those is May. He texted me, stop playing with me. Shades, shruggy emoji. April 15th at 1:24 p.m. I responded, what are you talking about? I want to make this very clear that I was only responding because I was working with his child. And I was making money. He pays me. As soon as I started putting my foot down and being like, leave me alone, he started playing with my money. I know I'm young, but I know how men are. I didn't want him playing with my money. And I didn't want to have to tell his baby mama. Because I didn't want to have to do that. I did not want to be the bearer of bad news. Like, this man is texting me. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to get involved in that. That's messy. Like, I never, ever wanted to have to tell his baby mama. I just tried to quit, but I'm talking too fast. So I put, what are you talking about? But like I said, I'm only responding because you pay me. That's the only reason. Only reason. And even then, I wasn't even saying nothing weird. So I put, what are you talking about? He hearted it and responded at 5:13, nothing. And the smack face. I put, I'm confused. And I put the laughing to soften up. But I'm always confused when I'm talking to this guy. Because I'm confused as to how you can be in my DMs, but you can't even respond to me about your kid or text me on time, pay me on time. That's really what I'm confused about. But I'm trying to be nice again because one thing about it, I want to get my bag. First things first. I just really in my mind, I'm like, I'm getting a good little money right now. This man not about to ruin it. It was going good before you came. But I just knew in my head, once I tell this lady what's happening, it's going to be a wrap. Anyways, I put, I'm confused. He texts me at 8:40, same day, what you doing this weekend? Just like with his mom, whenever she says, what you doing? I text him every single thing I got to do this weekend. Why? Because if you ask me to watch your baby, the price is going to go up. Because I tell them, I am not only doing this. So, I do have a life. I do get paid for a lot of the stuff that I be doing over the weekend now, okay? A lot of content videos, a lot of this, a lot of hair appointments, a lot of makeup appointments for cash. People's paying me cash to do videos for this crap. Stuff, not saying crap. But I'm making money. So if you ask me to come see your kid, weekends is usually my editing days and everything. So if you ask me to watch your kid, I'm going to need more money. So even with his mom, swear to God, right honor to God, I'm not putting the message to his mom because it's not the situation with the mom. But I always be like, I do this. And we didn't have conversations because with the mom, I kind of had a relationship. So I always give her every single thing I do. So I did the same with him. Because I'm like, if you need me to watch that kid, prices went up because I'm booked and busy, baby. So I put shopping, because I am. Getting my hair combed for cash. I said, I've got a brand deal meeting and filming. That's all. Do you need me to work? Because saying this, I'm telling you my schedule. This is my early schedule. Usually, weekends, I don't have to work tonight. You know? So, I mean, like, for them. So, I'm like, I'm booked all day. If you need me to come through at the night, okay. However, I done told you every single thing I need to do. So when you say a time, I can say, well, I told you I was doing this. Well, I told you I was doing that. Well, I told you I was doing that. I told you. I tell them all. So he put at 10:52 at night, not work, but. I put but, question mark. Fast forward. I go to Atlanta. I put, I'm getting so thick out here. He put, looky eyeballs twice. He put, why you playing with me? at 3:53. I put, why do you keep saying that? He put, why you keep flirting with me and not saying nothing? You scared. For this man to be like 30, almost 40. I'm flirting with you, but I'm not saying nothing. So how am I flirting? I don't even see you. I don't see you. I don't conversate with you. And I'm not saying anything. So how am I flirting? I said, flirting, question mark. I didn't say or do anything to you. And I put the laughing because I didn't want to come off as a B again because he pays me. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm making it very clear. I didn't do a goddamn thing to you. So don't come with that. Now you coming up, you're being delusional. It's getting delusional. So then he put LOL. Okay, asshole. When are you free? Again. Why? You got some money for me to babysit your kid, you know? Because why you keep trying it? And it's just, I'll talk about that at the end. I post a picture of me just waking up. I put, y'all, I'm drained. I've been running and working on and off the clock because I'm very booked and busy. I'm a bad bee all the way around the board. He put hard eyes under that. He texts me, what you doing? Call me. I said, no, sir. Only time I'm calling is when I'm nannying. Again, very clear. That was very respectful. I said, no, sir. No, sir. I'm respectful. He put, oh. I put an eye roll emoji. Because I want you to know that you're getting on my nerves now. I'm tired of being nice now. He put, likewise. Now, let me go back to the messages so y'all can understand what I'm about to say, what I'm about to say when I blaze his at. I said, hey, I have a few questions because he told baby mom that he wanted to start taking the baby to his house. I'm like, that's additional fee. That's additional time. He know that. That was it. She was like, well, he don't want to meet you. He don't want you to come to his house. He wants you to meet and drop the baby off somewhere. I already don't get off till late. You want me to take your baby out the house at the dark to meet you where? So we were talking about it. I'm like, where do we meet? Like a store, a restaurant? Where is it safe to take a baby out after 8 o'clock? After 7 o'clock for real? Where is it safe for me, being my little petite self already? I mean, I'm juicy, but being little in stature, to take your baby. I ain't got no gun. I ain't got nothing. Mason ain't gonna do much if they knock my head off. So, y'all, the window open, so I'm looking out here because I don't got a deep ring at my daddy's house. So I'm like, where is it gonna be safe? So I was like, she was like, you know, text and ask him. So I'm like, hey, I got a few questions about the baby. Mama said that you wanted me to start dropping the baby off after I was off. I said, because I won't just be able to watch the baby over there. Because he was saying that he wanted me to come over there and watch his kid. Because how it initially was, the baby was with him on certain days. So since I was now nannying the baby on those days that he's supposed to have the baby, I'm at the mama house, which is making the mama have all the work and giving him a free pass yet again. So he was like, have her come over here. Mind you, it's 2 babies. So how I'm gonna leave this baby over here to go over here with your baby? So I said, that's why I said, because I won't be able to just watch the baby over there because I have another baby. I said, but mama said y'all talked and we needed to confirm it or not. He put, she doesn't want to take him to school in the AM, so I asked her to ask you to drop him to me. What area do you go in when you leave her house? I can meet you. I go toward the city, I stay, blah, blah. And I put, so you're going to meet me every day? Well, all your days, question mark. He put, my days. When I'ma see you though? Y'all, now let me set the scene for when I'ma see you though. When I'ma see you though almost got me beat up, okay? I mean, it didn't almost get me beat up, but mine, let me set the scene. Let me set the scene. I'm setting the scene. I have one baby. Oh, this braid is not doing what it's supposed to do. I have one baby. I have his baby this day. It's a Friday. Mama asked me to stay over. She like, can you work till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, cool, this is my total. Now I told her, I said, this is my midnight total. She had something going on in her life. I said, all right, throw her a discount, right? She like, boom, I get my money, K, back, right? So this is the day that before all this happened, I'm sorry, y'all. Before this happened, like literally before this conversation about dropping the baby off, this is the same day, it's the same Friday. Before I asked him about the few questions, I had already talked to him and he made me feel uncomfortable. So earlier that day, since I only have his baby, they playing around or whatever, he's like, calls like he normally does. I pick up the FaceTime, hand the phone to the baby like I always do. What I'm supposed to do. I'm not the, I don't need to talk to you. I hand the baby on there, goo goo gaga, goo goo gaga, goo goo gaga, baby talk, you know? He like, what up though, baby, 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 baby. They like, baby, 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 baby. They talking. So then he like, Kim. I'm like, what's up? He like, who are there? I'm like, what? He like, who are there? I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't be knowing. Because I don't know who in their house. Like, I don't know. Like, if somebody, like, I think that we there by ourselves, if somebody walk out the room, and I'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? So I really don't even be knowing. So I'm like, I don't know. He like, where's mom at? I'm like, I don't know, maybe work. Oh, where's her sister at? I don't know, maybe work. So he like, oh, okay. Hand the phone to Nanny Kim. This Weeto's kid. His kid. Now the baby is a baby. So the baby like, I'm like, no. Talk to your daddy. He's like, I'm like, no. So I'm like ducking and dodging because I'm sitting on the couch chilling, watching Scarface. Literally, that's exactly what I was watching. I'm texting out before he called. I'm texting Jordan like, Jordan, I watching Scarface. He like, you is? I'm like, I is. Like, you know, y'all know I love Scarface. That's me and Jordan thing. So I watching Scarface. Like, it's on the good part. The baby minding his business. It's a good Friday for me. I'm making a little bit of money. Watching Scarface. I'm chilling. So he like, get a baby the phone. He like, when I'ma see you? I'm like, I work. When you gonna make time for me? I work every day. Oh, you always busy. I said, I'm busy. He like, oh, well, when I'ma see you? You not. I said, do you need me to babysit? He's like, I need you to come babysit me. Y'all. I said, is that all you gotta say? He like, no, I'm gonna start calling you Hi and Kim. I'm gonna start calling you Hi and Kim. I said, okay. Is that it? He like, yeah, you being fake. Okay. I said, all right. Well, I had a baby call you back later, and I hung up. Imagine me sitting on your baby mama couch, watching your baby mama television, eating your baby mama Oreos, watching you and your baby mama kid, and you trying to ask me out. You can't even pay me my money on time. Not only can you not pay me my money on time, but you disrespectful. You disrespectful. I see what you do and don't do for your kid. And that may not bother a lot of young girls. But let me just say it. He had the right idea, but the wrong bitch. Because I see what you more particularly don't do for your kid. I see how you're not even prioritizing to make sure that his nanny is paid and knows what's going on to have him. So what makes you think that I want to be bothered with you? You can't even pay me on time, but you're asking me to take me on a date? What? The money that you're supposed to be paying me that you're not on time? That you're asking me to split in half? You crazy. But more so, the fact that you're the mother of your kid. The mother of your kid, you're disrespecting her household. You're disrespecting her nanny. You're disrespecting your son by asking you to pass me the phone. You horny person. I don't want to deal with nobody like that. No. It was just like, no. Immediately no. Like, immediately fucking no. You crazy and you disrespectful. Like the nanny. So the baby mama come home. She's having like a very hard day or whatever. We talking. I'm like, you know, I like to have personal relationships, but I don't like to get too personal because it just really gets like, you know, I got to incorporate too much feelings. And if I didn't know, I really don't have to care. But since I know, I got to care. I can't be a dick. So anyways, we got a personal relationship. So she's like, you know, this happened to me. I'm like, what? Like, is you good? Is you okay? Not gonna say what happened there. It's none of my business to tell. I'm like, you good? She like, yeah, I just need to get out tonight. I really need this. I'm like, all right, turn up. So I get the baby a bath for her. She like, you help me flat iron my hair. I'm like, okay. She got gray hair. Oh, I just gotta say, she's got gray hair. But anyway, she like, you help me flat iron my hair. I'm like, cool. I mean, I'm getting paid right now, and I ain't doing nothing. The baby chilling, yeah, whatever. I was like, okay. I go. So I set my phone on her bed, because we're in her room. Why did baby daddy text me? Bling! Him and Jordan text me like back to back. So it's like bling, bling. So she looked. She like, oh, baby daddy text you. I'm like, oh. So she like, what he say? Mind you, let's be on a conversation, because in my brain, I'm like, what did he say? He's never ever been bold in iMessage before this time. Jordan's supposed to be coming to get me. That's why I keep looking out the window, because I'm like, oh my God, I hope you don't pull up while I'm telling my story. So he has never ever been bold through the text message before, so I'm thinking that I'm straight. I'm like, oh, you know, he ain't text me nothing. However, I was like, after he said, I said, you're gonna meet me every day in your days? He said, my days. That was the end of the conversation. Until you tell me where to meet you at. So when he texts me, because that, he texts me that at 9:40. Okay, so this must have been when I was walking back there or whatever. Tossed the phone on her bed. Then he texts me. So she was like, he texts you. So I picked the phone up. I opened it. I think if I didn't read fast, I read very fast. A lot of people like, you read so fast. I read very fast. If my eyes wouldn't be her eyes, she probably would have like burnt me with the flat irons or something. So I opened the messages so quick. I read it, swiped it over, and clicked Jordan messages. Mind you, she's over my shoulder. The message said, when I'ma see you though. So I responded to not make it look awkward, and I said, where are we going to meet to do a handoff with the baby? He put a hand palm emoji because I ignored when he said, when I'ma see you though. I'm trying to save my ass, sir. I don't want your lady thinking it's nothing going on with me or you. So to shut down the conversation, I said, well, just let me know when you find a location for us to meet for the baby. And when is this supposed to start? Next week, question. He never responds. Never responds, right? So that happens. So I'm still talking to baby mama. The baby mama ended up going to a party, right? So I text this man on Instagram. Baby daddy, don't be texting me talking about when you going to see me. Baby mama seen you text me, not the message, but seen you text me, and I don't want to be in no weird position nannying. I don't got nothing for you. I'm just the nanny. So cut the flirting so you don't get into, so cut the flirting so you don't get into nothing. I didn't mean to say that. I mean, so I don't get into nothing anyway. But he put, and I didn't say anything to baby mama because it can be messy, and I don't want to be a part of that at all. At that moment, I fucked myself. I should have never said I didn't tell baby mama, because after I didn't tell baby mama, he started getting real disrespectful. He like, girl, you ain't gonna tell. He was banking on it. So Sunday, so I text him that. So he never responds. So she goes to a party. So 12 o'clock comes, she texts me. I'm not gonna be there till 1. 1 o'clock comes, she like, I might not be there till 2:30, 3:30. So in my head, I'm just like raising the price. I didn't snatch my whole frontal back because I have a hair appointment in the morning. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. This is giving deja vu back to the days when she used to not come home. When she was with him, like, it was deja vu. She used to be with him back in the day, never come home to the baby. And I get that they know that the baby is safe and they know that I'm there, but it's kind of rude and disrespectful because it's like, I have a life too. I have a life. I'm ready to go. I want to sleep in my own bed. I don't know. I want to sleep in your couch. And she's very nice. She like, I'll cook you breakfast. You can sleep on my couch. You can sleep in my bed. You could like stay here. I'm okay. I don't. That's why I be saying when it becomes personal relationship, it becomes too much. I want to work and go home. Any job I've ever done, I want to work and go home. I want to go home immediately after the job. I don't want to sit and talk. I don't want to do that. Because at the end of the day, this is still a job to me, right? So I want to go. So they don't get there, I want to say like 5:30 in the morning. I still didn't leave till like 5:45, 5:50 in the morning. So they get there. Now I'm asleep on the couch. Like, I'm like this. I got my frontal pulled back. I had took the hat off I had on because I was so hot and I was just like so uncomfortable. So I'm like this, like sleep but not really sleep, because the baby didn't been asleep for like since 11. So he just sleeps on board. So I'm watching TV, so I'm sleeping like, so I hear the doorknob jingle. I can hear laughter because it was like a group of them. And I can hear the door open. Mind you, I'm light sleeping and I can pick all this up because it's quiet in the house. So I'm like, so then I hear click clacking. I hear heavy footsteps. So I snatch my frontal down, put my hat back on, lean back because I'm like, y'all not about to catch me like on my wig off. So I lean back or whatever. So they come in, I'm looking. She like, I'm about to pay you. She basically went to the back and got lost or something. Maybe went to sleep. I don't know. She was wasted. So anyway, she go to the back. But who came in with her? Baby daddy. Now, mind you, he was just texting me like at 9 o'clock earlier, like, when I'm going to see you. On the phone with me earlier, trying to take me out. Then come home with his mother and baby mama. I'll be damned. I wasn't jealous. I was not jealous. I didn't feel no type of way. But I just felt like, oh my God, you are such a grimy individual. Like, you is the devil. You're the devil. Because imagine, and another reason, because like the baby mom was so happy. I don't want to be that spiteful bitch that gonna be like, yeah, you was texting me while you were so happy. I'm not gonna do that. So that happened. So I text him that. So he comes in or whatever. I'm sitting on the couch. So I get up. Now my phone fell inside the couch. So I'm trying to get all my stuff from under the couch or whatever, like a clown. So I'm sitting there just like waiting because I'm sitting there. I'm half asleep. It's middle of the night. I'm sweating. I'm like waiting on her to bring my money. After like 10 minutes or not bring my money, I was like, just tell her Jimmy, I'm gonna go home. And so before this, like he's standing there. He like, yeah, that's how I be when I wake up too. Like just talking to me. And so her cousin was like, shut up. Like leave Kim alone. And I was just like, thank the Evans. She's like, you always talking to somebody. You don't even know her. Like said all this, but she wasted too. So I didn't even remember that. But I'm like, please, amen, hallelujah. So she tells me, she pays me for her week. She's like, he's gonna pay you for the weekend. He owed me like some hundreds at this point. So I'm like, all right. So Friday comes, he don't pay me. Saturday, I'm texting her, where's my money? Friday, I'm texting her, where's my money? I mean, Saturday, it was Saturday, because I work Friday. Saturday, I'm like, where's my money? Sunday, I'm like, where's my money? Sunday night, he texts me my money. But anyways, I'm like, where's my money? So, Sunday, the Sunday that I was supposed to be getting paid that I didn't, I put, hey, do you need me to get the baby this week, or will you have him? Monday, at 2:43, mind you, I go get the baby like 5, 6 o'clock. Yes, I need you to get him. I texted him Sunday at 2:41. This is inconveniencing me. He texted me Monday, May 16th at 2:43. Yes, I need you to get him, but can I pay you Friday? This is when it started getting reckless. I can get him Wednesday, just make the difference in what I will owe. I said it'll just be blank, and not this week because I was paid late last week. Because you didn't pay me on time this weekend. You didn't. You waited 2 days. Almost 3. You crazy. He put, I paid you your weekly on time. Whatever you did on the weekend is not this. So don't even try it. At that moment, I had knew I fucked up in letting you glide. Letting you be slick. Because now you done lost your mind. So as a professional, I said, excuse me, question mark, who the motherfucker is you talking to? You're not talking to me. You're crazy. He put the weekend pay. I put the weekend pay was supposed to be paid Friday, and it was not. And I was told it was coming from you. So I need to be paid on time this week all around, meaning you, her, whoever is paying me. So he put question, how much did you charge me for per day for the baby? I told him. He said, okay, Apple Pay question mark. I put only Zelle. I don't have one, meaning I don't have Apple Pay. So fast forward, I pick up his kid. I pick up his kid and he hadn't paid me yet. Stay tuned to part 2 to figure out what happened and how this blow up happened.